In a previous video, I had gotten an email from a user that we'll call John, and he said he was having problems with notifications for Field Nation, with them notifying him when a ticket was assigned to other techs, and he was getting tons of these, and he thought maybe it was a PSYOP or something. So I kind of poked fun at him a little bit, but after I posted that video, I got a lot of comments from other viewers that said that they checked the settings that I showed in the video and that they were still getting these ticket assigned to another provider notifications. Maybe there really is an issue with the Field Nation notification not turning off. So in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about a workaround and something that I do to organize my emails, because as you know, in this industry, we get tons of emails. If you don't do some sort of organization, then you're going to spend all your time wading through all these emails in your inbox, and you might miss important emails. So we're going to talk today about how to set up email rules or filters, depending on whether you're using Outlook or Gmail. And hopefully this will help you to be better organized and be more effective in the field. Let's get into it. John is concerned that some of these notifications are abusive. Maybe the buyers are sending out these notices as a na style message saying that a ticket is assigned to someone else. You can probably do this in Outlook, but I use Gmail, and so Gmail has rules. And I go through and I look for the emails that come in constantly and repeatedly with the same wording. So if you notice patterns of things that you don't want, or you want to simply set up folders or labels, as Gmail calls them, then you can set up rules to move certain messages into certain folders, so you're not having to deal with everything cluttering your inbox. You can really filter it down to where you've only got to deal with specific emails that you care about. If you request jobs and you don't get any of them assigned to you, there's going to be a notification going out that says this job was assigned to someone else. I don't really care to know that it was assigned to someone else. All I really care about is what was assigned to me. One of the first things you want to focus on is available jobs. You want to make sure you know when an available job is out there so you can request it and try to get it. Another thing that's really important is focusing on pay, but pay isn't something that you really need in the moment. You can set up a filter to put all of your payment type emails into a particular folder or label. That way they're not cluttering your inbox, and you can go through when you have time and look at, okay, this job's been approved for payment. What I've done is I've actually set up folders and rules to route my available tickets into certain folders so that I can avoid filling up my inbox. For example, I have a rule set up that moves all of my direct client offers into a folder called available-direct. And then all of my platform tickets like WorkMarket, Field Nation, CloudWork Pro, etc. have a rule set up to pull them out of the inbox and put them in the available-platform folder. I actually have two other email addresses set up. Then I have those two emails set up on my phone. Then I have custom ringtones for those two emails. So when a platform ticket comes in, I have a particular notification that's different from all the other ones on my phone. So I know, okay, that is an available ticket. I want to go look at that. And then my other email address for my direct clients has a completely different tone. And so when that one goes off, then that's a higher priority to me. I go back to my main email address and I look at the folders. The reason I do this in my main email and not in those two sub emails is because if I archive the email in one of those two emails and I go back to my main inbox, they're still going to be sitting there. So I just use those two emails as notification points. I go log into my main email and then I archive it out of there so that I know that I've looked at everything. As you see in my all mail folder, you're seeing the different rules. Like these are things that have been left in my inbox. These are tickets that have been moved over to my available-platforms folder. I have a folder or a label for the tickets that have actually been assigned to me. That's my new jobs folder. There's a lot of emails that I don't really care about that just aren't important to me. So I have rules set up to immediately look for that wording and drop them out of my inbox and just immediately archive them. Now, what do these rules look like? Obviously, I can't show you everything because, this is YouTube, this is public, and that's going to give away a lot of my personal information. So I'm going to show you a glimpse of my rules folder. A lot of it is going to be blurred out, but I just want to give you an idea of what it might look like in general. I just want to show you the concept so that you can try to create this for yourself. If you don't know how to set up rules in Gmail, you're going to go up here to your gear icon. You're going to go to See All Settings. Then you'll go to Filters and Blocked Addresses. So when you first go into your filters and blocked addresses, you're not going to have any filters. You're just going to have this Create New Filters selection, and you're going to click that. When you're setting up a rule, you want to focus on a common denominator, something that repeats over and over again. Who is this specific email from that I want to create a filter for? What is the specific wording in the subject line that never changes that I want to set a filter for? What words are in the body that are always there that are not in another email? Because you've got to really put in some sort of filter and wording that is specific enough to get the emails that you want to put in the filter and leave out all the other emails that you don't want in the filter.
Are you an IT field tech contractor struggling to make enough money on marketplaces like WorkMarket and Field Nation? Tired of seeing tickets routed out at $25, $35 an hour? The Field Tech Academy Direct Client Package has over 40 different national clients. I have technicians who are earning over $3,000 a month because of the package. I earn more with my direct clients than I do with WorkMarket and Field Nation combined. Click the link and it will take you to the direct client package information page.
Let me show you an example of how I set up a filter to notify my little secondary email address that I've got an available WorkMarket ticket. And if you don't want to use a secondary email address, then you can just set up this rule to put it in one of the labels or folders over on the left-hand side. You're always looking for those common denominators. In this case, the common denominator is that it's always from hi@workmarket.com. The other common denominator that I've noticed is that the subject line will say one of a few things. One of the things that it says is don't miss, or has work order for you, or assignment updated. I put all three of these in and it ends up catching a lot of emails. As you can see, just this morning, I've gotten 2 or 3 today. On the 23rd, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a lot, multiples per day. First step is you want to make sure that your filter is working correctly. So if you've gotten a lot of emails from WorkMarket that these rules would apply to, obviously if you have no emails, then the filter is going to be blank when you see the results. But if you've been receiving emails from WorkMarket, then you will see actual emails that match the filter. And you want to scroll through this list and make sure, okay, is this catching the right emails? And as you can see, assignment updated, has work for you, assignment updated. And the other thing you got to remember is that these buyers and these platforms change their wording of their emails every once in a while, and so it may break your filter and it may not match it anymore. So if you notice that all of a sudden you had a filter in place and then a few weeks later all of a sudden you're starting to see emails in your inbox all the time again, then you're going to realize, okay, they've changed the wording and it doesn't match my filter anymore, and so you have to go in and edit your filter. Now that we've reviewed the emails, we know that it's catching what we want to catch. But let me show you a couple of important steps here in the structure of the filter. If you're just wanting to find everything that says assignment updated, you can just put assignment updated in this line and put quotations around it so that it finds that exact wording. But if you're looking for different phrases, then you have to separate it and structure it where you've got parentheses, your quotes, the exact quote that you're wanting to catch, parentheses again, quotations again, and then parentheses closing it, and you have to have a space, and it has to be a capital O and a capital R for or, with a space, then another parentheses, quotation marks, the next phrase. So it has to be built this exact way if you're doing multiple types of phrases. If you don't build it like this, then it won't catch all the phrases, or it'll just not work at all. Once you've got the rule where it's grabbing the correct emails, the next step is to tell Gmail what you want to do with these emails. I set it to skip the inbox. I don't want all this stuff cluttering my inbox. I want it to go to a particular folder. So I use apply the label, and you'll need to create your labels, which you can do from here. When you hit the drop down, you'll be able to go up and create a new label from here. So first of all, I have it assign the email to the correct label, which will place it in the appropriate folder or label so that it's not sitting in my inbox. Then since I'm using a secondary email for notifications, I have it forward it to this particular address, which obviously I have blurred out because I don't want you guys sending me spam. Then I mark never send it to spam. And you can go through and see if there's anything else in here that you want. If you want to star it, maybe you don't like the particular email and you're setting up a filter to get rid of it. And then you can obviously delete it. But once you've got all your parameters correct, then you will save the filter. In this case, I already have it existing, so I would update the filter. But that's an example of how you would make a filter that would catch specific emails and put them in a specific folder and get them out of your inbox. This will save you a lot of hassle and heartache, and hopefully you won't feel like the platforms are running a psyop on you. Because I don't think they are. I mean, I could be wrong, but you never know. I hope this helps you to organize yourself better and to be more effective as a platform technician. If you got value today, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And be sure to watch all of my other videos about Field Nation and WorkMarket and CloudWork Pro and even direct clients. As always, let's get you out in the field and making money. I'll see you in the next video.